Hi, and welcome to the NFL Fan Forum. My name is Art, aka the Sea Cow, and this is my sidekick John, aka the Cowlick.
What's up?
Thanks for joining us today. Today's show, we're going to be talking about and discussing the most recent news concerning the Broncos and the Seahawks so far this offseason. But first, let's watch our play of the day.
Stays in the block. Jackson fires, and that will be intercepted in the end zone by Johnson. Taron Johnson. And only Jackson can stop him now. Too late to the end zone. Touchdown.
To start off our show today, let's first talk about the Denver Broncos. Perhaps the fresh eyes that the new Broncos general manager will bring to a franchise will finally make this happen, but in the process, an anticipation and hope is going to return in Denver. That is the feelings that many Broncos management and fans feel about the hiring of George Paton from Minnesota. So what's your feeling about George Paton?
I think George Paton is a very, very talented person. He's very smart, and I feel like he has a lot of confidence in this team. He seems very relaxed. He's not afraid to step in whenever there's an argument. He's actually a very cool dude, and he said he's going to be aggressive but not reckless when there's a trade or during the draft. So he's not going to be reckless like Bill O'Brien are reckless, and he's going to be aggressive. So that's very good. George Paton, everyone has good things to say about George Paton. Everyone does. And I'm happy about that. I was going for Terry Fontenot, but judging by what George Paton has done for the Vikings, I'm very impressed, and I am really, really looking forward to what he does with the Broncos, and I'm pretty sure the players are too.
Well, we know that George Paton was successful with the Vikings and other organizations such as the Dolphins and others. But looking at your roster now, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think he's going to stick with quarterback Drew Lock and some of the players on this team now? Or do you think this is going to be almost a wholesale rebuild with a new quarterback to start off with?
What I'm guessing is he is going to keep Drew Lock, but he's going to get a veteran in free agency. Maybe like somebody like Ryan Fitzpatrick, maybe. We're not getting Matthew Stafford. We're not getting Deshaun Watson. We're not even getting Jimmy Garoppolo. We have a better chance of getting Ryan Fitzpatrick or probably even Carson Wentz. So we need a veteran so that way he can compete with Drew Lock. So that way he can get a better view of what a veteran sees rather than what he sees. So that could be good. Another thing is, no, he's not going to fire Vic Fangio this offseason. No, he's not going to fire the OC. He's not going to fire any coordinators. None. He is going to grab some players from free agency, and then he's going to start building the team through the draft. But here's the thing. If Vic Fangio does badly in his potentially last year with the Broncos, then obviously it's going to be a total rebuild for the Broncos. The Payton's going to get rid of Vic Fangio, possibly Pat Shurmur, Drew Lock. Von Miller might be gone because this is his last year. And John Elway might be gone. And Joe Ellis. That's 6 guys. That's a lot of people. So George Paton is going to have a lot of things to do next offseason if Vic Fangio doesn't do well. But for now, I don't see Drew Lock going anywhere. I don't see Vic Fangio going anywhere. I see him trying to build the team around Drew Lock and giving Vic Fangio weapons to use for each game and something for the defense too. So I don't see him moving away from Vic Fangio or Drew Lock. Next offseason, maybe. So let's move over to the Seahawks. Offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer was fired after a poor showing against the rival Los Angeles Rams. The early exit from the playoffs did not sit well with head coach Pete Carroll. Now the Seahawks are looking for a new coordinator. Who are the Seahawks pursuing, and who do you want the most from the group?
We're pursuing many different names, and I guess that's a really good thing, obviously, because Russell Wilson wants to be involved in the selection process as well, to make the fit exactly what they want, because it really did leave a bad taste in the Seahawks' mouth this year. They felt they had a really good chance to get at least to the championship game, and for a first-round exit like we had, that doesn't sit well with the team at all. To start with, there's several fired head coaches that they're looking at. Anthony Lynn, formerly of the Chargers, is being looked at. Adam Gase is now being looked at, former Jets coach. Doug Peterson, former Philadelphia Eagles head coach, is also being looked at. So those are some very interesting choices. As for other coaches, such as passing coaches and offensive quarterbacks coaches, we're looking at guys like Shane Steichen of the Chargers, Mike LaFleur of the 49ers, Alex Van Pelt of the Browns. He's their offensive coordinator. So it'd be interesting if he just laterally moved from the Browns to the Seahawks. That'd be interesting. And then guys like Mike Kafka of the Chiefs, and also even Tony Elliott of Clemson, who was their offensive coordinator in Clemson. He's apparently a hot commodity as well, and he's going to be interviewed as well. So these are a lot of good choices. Looking at them, if I had to make my wish list, I'm looking at guys like Mike LaFleur from the 49ers or Mike Kafka from the Chiefs. I have to agree with a lot of fans that we need to update the offense a little bit more into more spontaneous, a little bit more unpredictable, but yet continue to work with Russell Wilson's talents for scrambling and being able to make a big play. The thing of it is that we know that Russell Wilson is looking to be able to be even better at his completion percentage and wanting to be able to make plays with better routes, I guess you could say, not such predictability. And also have a good strength on running the ball. Obviously, Pete Carroll wants to run the ball. We get that. But these guys, they almost pretty much all of them really do have strong running concepts. So that will definitely be a great thing for the team. So the other thing is he's going to have to look at rebuilding the offensive line. We're going to have to definitely look at that. We've got some older veterans on the left side that really need some help. Mike Upati and Dwayne Brown. I honestly think the center and the right side are young and good. I'm really excited about that. So anyways, to run the ball, we're going to need to fix the left side, and then we definitely need to protect Russell Wilson as well as possible.
When you find that offensive coordinator, what do you think his first priorities are going to be?
So his first priorities, in my opinion, are to fix the left side of the offensive line. I would have to say Dwayne Brown, who's approaching 35 years old, and he was nagging injuries a lot this year. He had several, and he was thankfully rested and healthy enough to play. But you can tell that he's starting to get beat up pretty good. Although he's really a great player, but you can tell his age is catching up to him. I really think that we're going to need a left tackle, hopefully with the second pick of the draft that we have. But if we go out into the free agency market and get that, that's fine too. And then, of course, Mike Upati, who's also doing the same thing. He's an older veteran who's dealing with a lot of leg issues. We really need to fix this left side. So whether we go guard or left tackle in the second round pick, that would be great with me. As for the wide receiver position, I really like our wide receivers. I like Tyler Lockett. I really do like DK Metcalf. I think that he's going to keep learning and get better at routes and catching better and all those things. And I really think the tight end room is actually pretty good. Will Disley and Jacob Hollister leading the way. I think those are decent tight ends, really good, decent tight ends. And then the running back situation, I really don't think there's much changes needed. We'd have to re-sign Chris Carson. He's a beast. He's great when he's healthy. And then if we decide to keep a Carlos Hyde, I wouldn't be opposed with that because you never know when one of them goes down, and keeping him around would be nice. But we'll see what they do. But Rashad Penny, I'm excited to see if a new offensive coordinator can actually make use of his passing side of it, where he can catch the ball really well and also break loose in the run game as well. I really think if he stays healthy, Rashad Penny can be a very successful running back on our team. So if I was a new offensive coordinator working with Russell Wilson, obviously implementing new plays and new, I guess, more modernized type of passing game would be a good thing. And then fixing that left side of the offensive line. I think the center position is fine. I think the right guard is really good with Damian Lewis. And then the right tackle, I think Brandon Shell is showing that he's a decent right tackle. I think we should keep him. So, yeah, offensive coordinator position, I think those are the main things that he would have to deal with, is fixing that left side of the offensive line and protecting Russell Wilson better. And then implementing those new offensive concepts that seem to be a success now in this league. So that'll do it for our show today. Tell us what you think in the comments section below. Be sure to destroy that like button and subscribe to our channel. By the way, don't forget to turn on that notification bell so that you'll be notified when we post a new video. This has been Art
And John.
signing off.